Welcome back to Craig's Custom Cooking. Today I'm going to make stuffed portobello mushrooms. The first video is going to be crab stuffed portobello mushrooms, and the second video is going to be vegan stuffed portobello mushrooms. So come with me and I'll show you the process. Alright, right now I have 5 portobello mushrooms here. I actually have 6, but this one's broken. I don't know if I'm going to use all 5. But the first step is we're going to take the portobello mushroom and we're going to cut this white part out of the mushroom. I'll do this to all of them. All right, then you take your stem, you squeeze it, and you just break it right out. Now I'm going to use these stems later on. Then you take a spoon, we're going to scrape out the gills. You don't have to scrape the gills out. They're edible. I prefer to scrape them out. Alright, then this one is clean. I'm going to do the rest of them and I'll bring you back. Alright, now I have a bowl here that has olive oil in it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to coat the outside of all of my mushrooms. Let me get this done and then I'll show you the other side. Alright, now my next step is I'm going to put olive oil inside of them. These mushrooms will absorb this olive oil. So when you're done, it'll look like you didn't even put anything on. But whatever you do, do not wash your portobello mushrooms with water. If they have any dirt on them at all, just wipe it off with a paper towel. These things are like a sponge. And if you put any water on them, they're going to absorb the moisture and it's going to be even wetter to try to cook them. Now we're going to put these in a 325-degree oven for 10 minutes to pre-cook them. And I'll bring you back when that's done. Alright, so here I have the stems that I took out of the portobello mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is slice these. Bottoms are always a little hard, so I don't use those. Let me get these cut up. I'm going to cut them really fine, so I'll show you that when I bring you back. Okay, I have my mushroom stems all diced up. Just going to put them on a plate. Now I'm going to dice up an onion. Alright, here are my minced onions. Put them on a plate. Now for the vegan and the crab, these two ingredients are exactly the same. So I cut up enough for both. I'm going to set those aside. Let me get the rest ready. Alright, I just took my mushrooms out of the oven. These 3 held their shape pretty good. These 2 smaller ones are starting to flatten out, so these will be easy to stuff. These are going to be, it's going to be a work. So I'll bring you back when they're ready to stuff. Alright, so in this pan, I have about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. I'm going to add my mushrooms and my onions. Now, like I said, the same 2 ingredients go in the vegan and the crab. So I'm cooking these together They are going to change up a little bit towards the end, and I'll show you that when we get to it. So I'm going to cook these down, turn the onions translucent, and then I'll bring you back. Alright, now it calls for 2 cloves of minced garlic. I like garlic, so I'm going to put a little more in. We're going to saute this all together. The reason I put the ginger in, or the garlic in now, is you don't want your garlic to burn. So I put it in later on. Now, I have it split into 2 in the pan because I'm doing 2 different recipes here. If you're just doing the vegan or the crab, you won't have to separate them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take half of the garlic and onions out of the pan. I'm going to set them aside and let them cool. Now, I have it split into 2 in the pan because I'm doing 2 different recipes here. If you're just doing the vegan or the crab, you won't have to separate them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take half of the garlic and onions out of the pan. I'm going to set them aside and let them cool. So now, to this, turn back on the medium heat. I'm going to add my spinach now. This is for the vegan one. It calls for a half a cup of spinach. I never know in these recipes whether they mean a half cup after it's wilted down or a half a cup of fresh. So I'm going to assume they mean after it's wilted, and you'll see this will wilt down a lot. So I'm going to go with that for now. I'm going to cover it with a lid, and I'm going to let the spinach wilt down. As you can see, the spinach is wilted down a lot. So I'm going to take this off the heat. We'll let it cool down. And we're going to add all the ingredients to both of them. Now we're going to start stuffing our portobello mushrooms. I'll bring you back. Alright, so for the vegetarian one, I'm going to use half of a zucchini shredded. I'm going to take my shredder. So there's half my zucchini shredded. So let me get the rest of the stuff and I'll bring you back. Alright, so for the vegetarian one, I'm going to use 3 roasted red peppers, sweet. I'm going to use 3 or 4 sun-dried tomatoes, and then these are artichoke hearts that I have in oil in a refrigerator. So we're going to cut these up. We're going to put them in with the zucchini, and then we'll do the rest of the process. Alright, so I have my sun-dried tomatoes, I have my artichokes, and my sweet red peppers all chopped up. So I'm going to put all that in with the zucchini. Let me wash my hands and I'll bring you back. Alright, I'm just going to take all this, mix it up, get everything distributed well. And I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to cook my mushrooms and onions and garlic and get it ready to go inside. Alright, I'm going to finish up the vegan. So I'm going to take my spinach, my onions, and my garlic, and the mushrooms that were in here. And I'm going to put this into this bowl. Along with this, I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of Panko breadcrumbs that I've ground up in my Ninja to make them really fine. Panko is vegan. Not all breadcrumbs are vegan, but Panko are vegan breadcrumbs. So you can use them in here. So, and then we're going to add, I bought vegan cheese. It's 100% vegan. It's mozzarella shreds. As you guys have watched my channel, I am not vegan by any means. But I'm cooking this so you guys that are vegan or vegetarian can make this and enjoy it. So that's my only goal here. It's nothing more than that. I'm going to put in a little bit of Italian parsley. I need to check my ingredients to make sure I get everything in here. Oh, I need some thyme. I need to put in some dried thyme. And that's it. All we do is mix all this together. Alright, so this is our filling that's going to go into the stuffed portobello mushrooms for the vegan version. I'll bring you back. Now I'm going to take my vegan. I'm actually going to make this in a vegan. Now I'll refrigerate what's left over, and I'll just have to go get some more portobello mushrooms. So that one is a vegan. I'll mark that with the, I'm going to make this one here a vegan. Alright. So there are my 3 vegan ones and my 3 crabs. So now I'm going to take the vegan mozzarella shreds. I'll clean this up. It's hard to keep all this stuff on top of these, but I'll put the mozzarella cheese on top. I'm going to do the same thing with regular mozzarella over here, and I'll bring you back. Alright. Here they are. They're ready to go into the oven. They're going to go in the oven at 325 degrees for anywhere between 15 or 20 minutes. Now remember, most of the stuff is cooked on here already, so we're not really cooking it. We're just melting the cheese. We're bringing everything up to the same temperature, and then it'll be ready to eat, and we'll see you at the table. Mushrooms are done. Take them out. I'll plate them up. We'll see you at the table. Welcome to our table. These are our mushrooms. These are the crab. These are the vegan. My wife made cabbage, carrots, lotus root,
onion.
Okay. Yep. Take some vegetables.
Okay.
Which one do you want to start with first?
Either one. I've tried 2 types, so.
I know that.
Give me the smaller one, please. Okay, thank you.
And
Let me finish this first.
well, we need to try them both, dear.
Yeah. Okay.
Split it in half. I'll split one in half and you split one in half.
Okay. Oh, you want to split half here?
I'll split this one, you split that one.
Oh, okay. Good. I'll give you a half. bit fluffy.
Not fluffy, it's all crab.
Wow. Very nutritious. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let me try the vegan first. What's inside?
I'll have to show you the recipe. There's spinach, onion, mushroom.
Very good. What's the creamy things there?
Hmm?
Have some creamy things there. What's that?
Probably the cheese, I would assume.
Okay. With oregano?
Thyme.
Oh, thyme. Very good. I think the vegetarian will love it.
Very good.
With tomato too?
It has sun-dried tomatoes
Oh.
and peppers. Pickled peppers. It's got Panko breadcrumbs. Everything in it is vegan. There's nothing in there that's not vegan.
With spinach.
You know?
It's rich in texture, creamy and rich, but with a little bit sour and salt. It mixes well.
I didn't put any salt in it at all. I don't salt and pepper my stuff anymore because now this is the crab meat. They're both very good in their own way.
Let me try. Yeah. With the aroma of crab meat.
Flavor of crab meat. They're both extremely good. All right. We're going to sign off for the night and finish our meal. If you like our channel, please subscribe. I'm going to put them in 2 separate videos, but in the end, you'll see us eating the meal together. So I'll have a separate one for vegan portobello mushrooms and crab stuffed portobello mushrooms. So if you like our channel, please subscribe, hit the like button and the bell for future notifications, and we'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for your support, and gotta try these 2 recipes. They are very, I think it's very special. They have their own special flavor. It's worthy of trying.
All right. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.